live in Los Angeles is The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we're on iHeartRadio. We're on Fox Sports Radio. We're on FS1. It's going to be the best hour of the show today. 15 minutes, Greg Jennings. We're going to go right down the playoff games. Remember last Friday what happened, Joy? I brought 3 guests on and only one agreement of the 12 predictions. I was 1-11, but I ended up having a great weekend.
Greg agreed with you on the Colts?
I think he agreed with me on the Colts, beating the Texans. So I got, and also we do, one of my favorite segments all week is Monday's Headlines Today with Jason McIntyre in 40 minutes, where what will the headlines be on Monday? My Friday last hours now are, I think, my favorite hour of the week. Not because it's the last hour. By the way, tip of the cap, Utah Jazz. I had to do a speaking engagement last night with Donovan Mitchell, Spider Mitchell. What a great kid that guy is.
Yeah.
What a great kid. And Quinn Snyder and the Utah Jazz staff. Talk about a world-class organization. What a bunch of great people in Utah. So I'm going to go watch them next week play the Clippers. How about that?
Nice.
Great. And Spider Mitchell, what a career, what a kid. Funny, smart, good kid. 15 minutes, Greg Jennings. Then Jason McIntyre, Monday Headlines Today. All right, so we got 4 outstanding games this weekend. Can't deny that, right? Did our Blazing 5 earlier, but Chargers-Patriots is the most intriguing to me, so let me start there. I don't think luck plays a part in life. Good breaks, bad breaks. But the reason luck does not play part in people's lives over the course of 70 or 80 years is because you have 40 to 50 years to overcome childhood chaos if things are kind of messed up early. And nobody had a perfect childhood. You didn't. I didn't. Joy probably didn't. I know Goulet, Tui. Those guys are crazy. Okay, nobody had a perfect life. But I don't think luck plays a part in your life when you have a 75, 80-year life. But what if your life was 14 years? That was it. Beginning to end. You would not have the time to overcome chaos, abuse, dysfunction. 12, 13, 14 years is the lifespan of an NFL franchise quarterback. And therefore, luck plays a part in it. Bad ownership. 3 coaches fired in 4 years. There's a lot of things you could not overcome. You simply don't have the time to overcome it. This weekend, Tom Brady, the luckiest quarterback of all time, will face Phillip Rivers, the unluckiest great quarterback of all time. This is in no way to in any way dilute the greatness of Brady. He would have been great anywhere. But I doubt the greatest of all time if he'd not been rather lucky. And this is not to say Phillip Rivers would be the greatest of all time, but he'd have more playoff wins. In life, the shorter it is, the less you can overcome. What if Tom was a Charger and Phillip was a Patriot? Think about Tom's career. He is drafted by now, inarguably, the greatest football coach of all time. He lands with arguably the top owner in professional sports in America, Bob Kraft. He is drafted into a hyper-competitive, hyper-academic city. The Boston Bruins, the Red Sox, the Patriots, the Celtics, all MIT, Harvard, all highly competitive. Sports matters in Boston. Billionaires competing against other billionaires to be smarter, more analytic-driven. It is not a coincidence the Red Sox, the Bruins, the Patriots, the Celtics, all way, way above the curve on analytics. Sports matters. Tom is drafted by the greatest coach, one of the smartest, most empirically powerful owners and stable ownership groups in a sports city where everything matters. And, oh, by the way, gets to play in a division with 3 other dysfunctional teams, Jets, Bills, Dolphins. Another break. The NFL in 2002 realigned divisions. Peyton Manning would have been in Tom Brady's division. He ended up in something now called the AFC South. Think that would have changed Tom Brady's career? Let's now talk about Phillip Rivers. 4 head coaches. His first one fired after a year. The ownership, and I'll say this nicely, has been historically frugal. The city in San Diego, surfing is number one. Win, lose, nobody's losing sleep. You don't have the passion, the drive, the competitive 4 different professional sports teams, 4 different billionaires, all trying to beat each other. In a division with Denver, one of the better NFL franchises, and oh, by the way, Kansas City as well, perennially, they're in the playoffs or close to it. And oh, by the way, Phillips having his best year. And true to form, his franchise moves to a city and plays in a soccer stadium. Luck plays very little part if you live a long and extensive life. It doesn't. Don't blame mom and dad. If at 58 you're a mess, that's on you. You could have chosen therapy, a better partner, better friends, and better locations. But over the course of a 14-year life, the span of an NFL quarterback, you simply would not have the time to overcome chaos and dysfunction, bitterness, family squabbles. Brady would have been great anyway, but he would not be the GOAT without a series of lucky breaks. And Phillip Rivers would not be Brady, but would be much closer. Luck matters a great deal at quarterback in the National Football League. It won't define you, but it elevates or slightly erodes. That is not arguable. All right, let me shift to this. The Dallas Cowboys against the Rams. It'll be on Fox. That's our network. We can't wait for it. It's going to be interesting. I think Dallas has better players. I think Dallas, since Amari Cooper showed up, is a much better team than the Rams, who lost their best receiver, Cooper Kupp. There's been great debate this year. What is Dak Prescott? Troy Aikman was talking about Dak Prescott, and he believes, like I do, he's a grown-up, limited perhaps, but he's a grown-up. Here's Troy on Dak.
He's a great leader. He's everything you'd want him to be. Don't know that there's a more solid individual in the National Football League. And then what he's done on the field, I think that he has shown an ability to win games late, and that's a quality not everybody has. And he's shown to have that even in games when he's not necessarily played his best. And I think that's the greatest quality.
Okay, so I agree with that. But I'm going to give you a series of traits. Pretty mobile, above average. Joy, that sounds like Dak, right? Wins a lot. Arm is average, at times a liability. Not a big risk taker. He's a very solid leader. Smart, appears to be very coachable, great in front of the mic. And his best year had a great defense. That is not Dak Prescott. That's Alex Smith. And if I say Dak, we've seen him before, it's Alex Smith, you wince. You don't like to hear that. But can I remind you that Alex Smith has had 8 straight winning seasons, has been a Pro Bowler 3 times, has 3 division titles and 5 playoff appearances. Cowboy fan, you would buy that in a New York minute if I offered that this morning. We have seen Dak. It's Alex Smith. And he wins. And he gets to the Pro Bowl occasionally. Every couple years, he wins his division. He gets to the playoffs about half of his career. That's Dak. And you don't like to hear that. Because what Alex Smith isn't Super Bowls. He always comes up just a little shy in that big game. And that's why with Dak, the most important element to this entire career is going to be expectations. If you go in today knowing that you're going to have a guy who wins, maybe every 3rd, 4th year gets to a Pro Bowl, he'll win you a division title every couple years. Half his career, he's going to get you in the playoffs in the competitive NFC. Then you're fine with Dak. But I don't think the Cowboys probably beat the Rams this weekend. And much like Alex Smith, the season ends with frustration, disappointment. Dak can't quite make the throw downfield. Dak can't quite stretch the field. Dak isn't quite willing to take the big risk. Anger and resentment comes from one thing: expectations. Take a deep breath. Know what Dak is. What Dak is very good. He's Alex Smith. If you expect more, you'll be very disappointed. Greg Jennings will tell us why Antonio Brown will never be a Patriot. Plus, he picks the games. We have a great next 40 minutes. Listen, I am now in the 50s. I love being in the 50s because I work out, stay in shape, little M Drive to supplement. Yeah, it elevates your testosterone levels, and you already have them in your body. M Drive contains clinically tested ingredients, energy, boost your natural T levels. Performance, strength, stamina, drive, all increase. Created by a formulator, made a product for himself 10 years ago. He wanted to feel as good as he did in his late 20s and early 30s. Today, thousands of men are part of the Team M Drive. Walmart's got it, GNC, Walgreens, Vitamin Shop, and Sprouts. My listeners can get a discount if they go online. BuyMDrive.com. Type it in. BuyMDrive.com. Just put in the promo code HERD, and that will get you 20%. You won't get 20% off at Walgreens, but you will online. Refine your prime with M-Drive. Feel stronger. Have more stamina. Just put in the promo code HERD at checkout. Get 20% off.